Good morning, good timers. We are on the road today, and I say we, but it's actually just me today. Gonna take a solo trip to the coast of Maine, Pemaquid, Maine to be exact, and that's about an hour and a half from where I live here. So, kind of just bored at home, and spring is starting to set in here in Maine. It's actually supposed to be about 60 degrees today, which is the warmest it's been since probably November, I'm guessing. And that was early November. So, yeah, Simone's at work, and I decided I'm gonna go spend the day and relax by the ocean. Thought I might take you guys along here so you can see my great driving, possibly some road rage as well. But yeah, we'll do a little bit of discussion about some upcoming trips and stuff that I have, some opinions on stuff, because I know you guys all love my opinions on things. And yeah, so let's drive along here, and if we see anything exciting, I'll turn the camera back on. Whoa, holy shit. So in Maine, we have this new thing that a lot of you guys have already called dispensaries. Yeah, so it's legal if you have a medical license right now to smoke marijuana and consume marijuana and all that good stuff. And we have two places right near our house that apparently are harvesting today, or whatever the hell you call it, because it friggin' smells like a skunk here pretty bad. Just take my word for it. But yeah, it's a growing thing here in Maine. You drive about a mile and you can see one every single mile. It's like a CVS in Vegas. So they're all basically in competition with each other, even though nobody can actually sell it legally right now, unless, or you can buy it legally, I should say, unless you have a license for it. But that may change very soon, and I think all these local business people are getting ready for that. When I say business people very loosely, all the local stoners basically have opened up marijuana places, because it's the only thing they really know how to do, I think. So yeah, anyway, sorry, told you guys you were going to get my opinion here today on a variety of things. So I guess that's the first opinion I've got. Alright, talk to you later. Alright guys, turn this radio down here so you can actually hear me. I'm jamming up to a little Lionel Richie. So yeah, for those of you that are not familiar with Pemaquid, probably my main subscribers I imagine are, but if you're not familiar with Pemaquid, the easiest ways to get there are two directions. You can either go on Route 1 in Maine, which is extremely busy, especially in the summertime. It's not so bad this time of year probably, but in the summertime that's extremely busy. Or you can basically go what I call the back route, and the road less traveled, which is Route 32. That's the route we're going to be taking today. The only thing about Route 32 is you have to watch out, especially this time of year, for what we call pothole season here in Maine. So that's where you are basically driving on the road and you're not paying attention, and you come up to this big ass spot that has about a 3-foot drop caused by frost heaves when the frozen tundra here starts to thaw in the spring. So we've probably got quite a few of those today to travel past, so hopefully we don't lose a tire or a transmission or an undercarriage or our lives. So yeah, either Route 1 or Route 32 are the ways you're going to get to Pemaquid. And actually Route 32 officially ends at Pemaquid Point Lighthouse, so you can't go any further after that. So literally just keep driving on Route 32 until you meet the end, and you will be right there in Pemaquid. So, alright, good timers, we're passing through the village of Vassaboro. Nice frozen tundra over here on your left-hand side. Big thing here in Maine is ice fishing. Not sure you should be doing it on a day that it's 60 degrees outside, but I do see some people sitting there on the lake in their chairs right now. So yeah, ice fishing, big thing over here. Wanted to discuss either this whole upcoming Italy trip that we're supposed to be taking here in about a month. Many of you have been asking about it. Yes, we are still planning on going, but right now we are kind of at the mercy of the airlines, the Italian government, and the American government on whether they will actually let us go. Right now, half of the country of Italy is basically quarantined, including Venice, which is where we're supposed to be spending 4 days. So I think I'm more concerned about the government shutting us down than I am actually catching the virus. I've been studying up a lot on the virus itself, and to me, who's in pretty decent health, and to Simone, who's in very good health, doesn't sound like it would be too bad. Even if we did catch it, might have the sniffles and have to blow our nose and a little bit of a cough for a few days, but other than that, it seems pretty harmless to us anyway. But yeah, our backup plan, for those of you that might be wondering, is to actually go to Vegas. So yeah, so it's either going to be Italy on April 26th, or we're going to end up in Vegas on April 26th, and I know quite a few of my subscribers are actually going to be there at that time. Son of a bitch, pothole season. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I know a lot of you are going to be in Vegas on the 26th and beyond. So we may see you guys there after all, but we will wait here about another month until basically mid-April and see what happens with the whole coronavirus in Italy thing before we confirm or decide to do something else. So yeah, that's your coronavirus update. I personally think it's being way overblown in the media, and I think that's creating a lot of hysteria needlessly, and it's kind of pissing me off, to be honest with you, because it's kind of going to affect my vacation for not really much reason as far as I'm concerned. But hey, I guess there's not much I can do. But yeah, so we'll see you either in Italy or in Vegas here in about a month, which should be some great vlogs no matter where we go. So speaking of vloggings, quick question for you guys, and you can obviously answer in the comments below because we're not live here, so you're not going to be able to answer any other way. So yeah, in the comments below, ask me what you think about vlogs like this. I'm kind of yapping, driving, and talking. I know it seems to have worked out pretty well for PJ Slots, as he's a talker and has a lot of driving videos online. If you've checked out his channel, you will see that. If you haven't checked out his channel, go ahead and do that and subscribe, because he's got some great content. But yeah, PJ does a lot of talking and a lot of driving. Actually vlogged himself for 16 hours driving to Vegas a couple months back. So a lot of people seem to like that. A lot of people seem to watch that. Another one is Anastas 617. He's another big talker, along with Mark Anderson and Pennies for Vegas. Both of those guys do a lot of just talking into the camera and seem to have a lot of views. So I'm not sure if it's something I'm completely comfortable with yet, or if it's something I really want to do. But if it's something that you guys want to see, then I'll probably end up doing that a little bit more, just like today. So yeah, let me know what you think about that in the comments below, and if that's something this channel should do more of, or if you just like to see lots of video and vlogging of scenery and stuff like that. So, all right, I will catch up with you guys later. Dodging all these potholes right now. Drinking my Zevia. For those of you guys that are on the keto diet and miss soda because it has lots of sugar in it, I would suggest this Zevia stuff. It's basically sweetened with stevia. It's not going to pass for a Coke or a Pepsi, but it's not bad. All right, and it'll get you that that carbonation and soda feeling that you like. So I've been drinking this for a year or two now, and it's satisfying. So yeah, Zevia. Find it at a store near you. Later on, I'll break out the Bang, because I know that you guys think I'm obsessed with the Bang energy drink, and I am. But yeah, that'll be later. I've actually found caffeine-free Bangs now at Amazon.com. So I'll show you that when I break it out. All right, talk to you guys later. Well, my friends, the time has come. Raise the roof and have some fun. Throw away the work to be done. Let the music play on, play on, play on, play on. Everybody sing, everybody dance. Lose yourself in wild romance. Caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. We going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing my song right here. All night long, all night, all night long. All right, guys, we are coming up on the town of Madomic, Waldoboro, I should say. Waldoboro or Madomic, I don't know. Madomic Valley, town of Waldoboro. There we go. Basically, what I consider the official start of the coastal towns here in Maine, going towards Pemaquid anyway. So, just dawned on me that I haven't actually said thank you. Today, this morning, we hit 375 subscribers here on our little channel, and yeah, I'd just like to acknowledge that and say thank you to everybody that's supported us over the past year or two. And we started out, when I started to do my first vlog, I only had 16 subscribers, and we have certainly grown since then. So special thanks to Hagen 2 Cent, was one of our first subscribers. Michelle and Dave from We Worked in Vegas was actually one of our first, I think, 20 subscribers. PJ Slots has done a lot to help me grow my channel, between promoting me in his lounge and just shouting me out a lot on his videos. So thank you to PJ. John Rear from Vegas Tips and Tricks. has been a huge supporter of us, has posted our videos on his Vegas tips and tricks page here over and over again, trying to strum up some support for us, so I appreciate that, John. And Tamara and Gord from Vegas Best Ideas, some wonderful Canadians from Saskatchewan, and they've been doing some Vegas stuff on Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff for a long time now, and they have been one of our biggest supporters as well. So thank you to you guys. Who else am I forgetting? JT, The Life of JT, his vlogs. He's been a huge supporter of us. He's shouted us out a lot during his live feeds. And he is moving to Vegas soon, so check his page out as well. So you guys should check out all these pages that I mentioned, because they are all great. Some of the people that I'm watching right now, Em and Dean, Vegas Baby, is some new people that have just come out with some great vlogs. Sin City Nerds, Pennies for Vegas. I can't forget Mark Anastas. He has certainly helped us, I guess, kinda, maybe, in his own special way, and promoted our channel. So thank you to Mark, and it's always fun to harass you. So yeah, thanks guys. We really appreciate the support, and I know a lot of you guys probably just tune in for Simone, and unfortunately she's not here today. But hey, whatever the reason is, I should say, that you're tuning in, I'm glad that you are. So thanks again, guys. Just realized I forgot a couple of channels, which, you know, I'll probably forget a couple more too and remember it later. But yeah, Anastas617, thank you for your support. You've supported me quite a bit on Twitter. Another fellow New Englander is Anastas617. If you're not following him and you enjoy drinking vlogs, he's a great one to follow, because it takes him about an hour or so to get completely drunk in Vegas. So a lot of drunk vlogs from Anastas. I know people seem to enjoy those, so I enjoy those too, actually. I enjoy drunk Simone vlogs. She needs to do that more often. Another channel that I've been following recently, and fellow New Englanders as well, is L&D Adventures, and Drew and Lisa, and they are quite entertaining when they do their exploits in Vegas as well. So yeah, just a quick shout out to those guys, and thank you to those guys for their support as well on my channel. So looking forward to more. All right guys, as you can see, I've pulled over. We're about a half an hour outside of Pemaquid probably, and this is one of the problems with Route 32 instead of Route 1. There's absolutely no place to take what we call a bathroom break. So I have found a wooded area here, and we're gonna go take care of some business before we travel into Pemaquid, because in Pemaquid there's not really any spot to go either, at least this time of year. So yeah, oops. All right guys, I've flipped the camera around now for what I call the visor cam. Got done doing my business there in the woods, and we are back on the road. Thought this would be a good angle to show you a little bit of the scenery as we get closer into the ocean. So yeah, we are off. As we get closer to the ocean, guys, you can obviously see a lot of boating storage areas there with all the boats covered up for the winter. These will all be uncovered here, I would imagine, probably in the next couple of weeks as the fishermen get back out onto the open ocean. Some of the lobstermen actually do lobster year-round around here. Those are the hardcore ones, but quite often the fishermen and lobsters take the winters off. But this is the town of Round Pond. There is a good lobster place to eat here in Round Pond if you're into lobster and seafood. I personally hate both of them, but people that like it seem to love the Round Pond place over here. I don't even know what the name is, but if you're in the area, check it out. All right, guys, so we are coming up to pretty much my favorite spot, actually, in Pemaquid, in the New Harbor area. And that is when you first arrive into town. You get an amazing view of the ocean, and I don't know, every time I see this view, it just brings me back into my childhood days. As I already said, I've been traveling here for last pretty much 30 years or so of my life. So, and this spot never gets old, because it's like all my stress just fades away as soon as I see the open water. So yeah, here we go, right around this corner. There it is, guys. I'm I'm actually going to slow down here for a number of reasons because of the very narrow road, and just so you can enjoy the view. I say a lot of bad things about Maine, but as soon as I see this view, I'm like, yeah, this place isn't so bad after all. Just the Atlantic Ocean as far as you can see. In the summertime, when all the tourists are here, this road can get extremely congested and extremely crowded with people on bicycles and people walking and cars pulling in and out of their summer homes. As you can see, it's extremely narrow. A couple more turns here, we're going to be coming up into the small village of New Harbor, which is quite a hot spot for lobstermen here in the summer. And this is New Harbor. Like I said, much different here in the winter and spring than it is in the summertime, but it's a beautiful harbor. Well, my favorite harbor in all of Maine. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get out here at Shaw's Wharf, see what's going on. See if we can actually go down there. This time of year there's usually a lot of construction going on. This is what they do all their updates. So they may not let us down there today, but we'll see. So no construction going on. Now during the summer, this is my favorite place to eat. They've got the best chicken fingers ever. And if you're into seafood, I guess they got the best seafood ever too. But this place has been here forever. And it's a lot of fun to watch the lobstermen unload all their traps all day long. And just kind of walk around and people watch. They usually open right around Memorial Day for the season. Usually close right around, I think, Columbus Day possibly. This is the view you get from the restaurant. They actually have a seating area up here behind me during the summer. It just provides great views. Actually a decent amount of boats here in the harbor today, considering the time of year. So yeah, this is New Harbor, guys. Beautiful spot here in Maine. About a 10-minute drive to the Pemaquid Point Lighthouse, which is where we're gonna end up here in a few minutes. I'll tell you that in the summertime there is a fee to get in. It goes towards maintenance of the lighthouse, and it's not a state fee, it's just a local town fee. Because this actually is not a state park, it's just it's locally owned by the town of Bristol. And I think the fee is possibly $4 per adult. Kids are free, under the age of probably 12, I'm guessing. But yeah, I think it's $4 per adult. Could be wrong, but either way, it's a small fee, and it's definitely worth it for the sights and sounds of the ocean and the lighthouse and things. So, shouldn't be really too many people here today, I wouldn't think, but it is about 55 degrees outside currently, so there may be a few people kicking around. But we're gonna go have a little picnic lunch here and explore the area a little bit for you. Alright, I've found my favorite rock here on the coast. I don't know if you can actually hear me or not, but anyway, this rock is great because in the summertime it protects you from the sun, in the wintertime it protects you from the wind. So yeah, this is the warmest spot and a picturesque spot. It's a great spot to watch the waves, which are kicking up pretty good today. Anyway, got my Bang energy drink. Caffeine free, but it still works pretty damn good. So the doctor will like that a little bit better with my blood pressure issues. So caffeine free Bang, highly suggest it. If you work for Bang, feel free to send me some. As you can see, guys, get a nice spot for a picnic here. Made myself a little keto antipasto salad here for a meal because everything is pretty much closed in these parts during the winter time. During the summer, I would probably stop by Riley's and get myself a sandwich, or I'd get some chicken fingers over at Shaw's Wharf. But for now, little antipasto with a view. As you can see, guys, I had to retreat to the car because as pretty as it is outside, it's also effing cold today. Supposedly it's 50 degrees, but it's also windy outside, so it feels more like 30. Oh, the hot girl that just got out of a car beside me. Maybe I will need to go back outside, have a picnic outside again. So guys, another good sight to see here in Pemaquid, besides the lighthouse and besides New Harbor, is the Fort McHenry. And that is on the other side of town over by Pemaquid Beach, which is also a nice little area in the summertime. But we're going to head over towards the fort now and check that out. A good time to talk about our next upcoming Vegas trip. Going to be hashtagging that as Rocktober. So yes, it's going to be for my birthday in October. Originally it was a trip that was going to be planned with my parents. Unfortunately, due to some health circumstances, my parents aren't going to be able to make it, but we're going to have all kinds of other fellow YouTube vloggers there instead. So we're actually going to be spending the week October 14th through the 22nd with Vegas Best Ideas. T&G, and we're going to be staying in the Presidential Suite at the Wyndham Grand Desert Blue. It's across from the Rio, for those of you guys that are familiar with Vegas. But yeah, 3-bedroom suite for my birthday, and we're going to be hanging out with Vegas Best Ideas. We're also going to be hanging out with PJ Slots. He is definitely confirmed for Rocktober. Possibly Mark Anderson from Pennies for Vegas, possibly Anastas, possibly John from Vegas Tips and Tricks. Also a couple of our other friends, Colin Waggett from the British contingent over there in Britain. He's going to be stopping by and making an appearance. So yeah, we're going to be seeing all kinds of fellow vloggers here in October. For Rocktober is what we're going to call it, because we're going to have all kinds of fun times, I'm guessing, or good times, I should say. So we'll be looking forward to that here, guys, coming up in the fall. All right, we've arrived at the fort, and this road, not really, oh Jesus, not really paved in the, or not paved, not graded, I should say, in the winter time. So, pothole city. So, anyway, we're here. Jesus, I'm gonna have to pee. We'll show you around here in just a minute. Okay, we're gonna start off down here at the harbor. I'm trying to avoid these potholes still. Luckily, nobody else is around. Otherwise, I'd have to avoid potholes and traffic. But we're coming into what I said was Pemaquid Harbor. So we have New Harbor on one end and Pemaquid Harbor on the other side. Pemaquid Harbor is more of a recreational harbor, whereas New Harbor is more of a, obviously, working harbor. But there are still a few lobster boats down here. This time of year, there's not much of anything. There's a good restaurant down here called the Contented Soul, which is primarily seafood, but does have some good burger and steak options, and I had a nice chicken down here last year, so looks like there's actually a food truck over here right now, strangely enough. Not sure who they're feeding. Might be me if they're open. Doesn't look like they are, but yeah, random food truck down here right now. So you got a little public boat landing. And I guess I'm gonna go over here and park, and we'll take a walk around. Drop that bottle. So this is Pemaquid Harbor. In the summertime, there is a kayaking place here where you can put your kayaks in and kayak around the harbor. It's in an inlet, so it's a very smooth harbor, not too many waves to contend with. And in the summertime, it does get a little bit busier with all the lobstermen and lobster boats. But other than that, it's a pretty easy harbor to kayak around in, and it's a nice big one, and it's a lot of fun. So anyway, over here we have the Contented Soul, which is the restaurant that is open in the summertime as well. And a random food truck, which I've never seen here before, ever, till today. But imagine that must be open also in the summer. Contented Soul is cool because you can eat right out here on the dock and watch people fish and arrive by boat. And they also have good pizzas here, strangely enough. It's actually a brick oven pizza place. And pizzas are a nice large size and nice thin crust. So seafood, steak, pizza, pretty much anything you could ever want. And this time of year, quiet and deserted. I am a little surprised there is actually nobody fishing here today. It is being a Monday and all, though, so people are probably at work. I would normally be at work today, but 3-day weekend. So you can see inside a little bit. You can also see my face a little bit. Sorry about that. But they do have a nice bar area there. Lots of seating. They also have live bands in the summertime to add to the fun. Lots of seating outside here. We are actually coming down here in the middle of summer with my parents that rent a cottage over on the other side of the harbor over here. We'll be here for probably 3 or 4 days in the middle of, I think it's July. And I'm going to plan on vlogging all that for you so you guys can actually see some action here in Pemaquid. But I kind of like it this time of year. Nice and quiet. You can talk into a camera, nobody's going to look at you funny. They do have a dock right here in the summertime that they put out and that people can tie their boats up to. Quite a few people will boat in from other areas in Maine just to eat here at the Contented Soul. So it's a good people watching spot. All right, so next we're going to head over to the fort. Okay guys, so here is Fort William Henry, and this actually is a state park here in Pemaquid, so you do have to pay a little bit more here than you would over at the lighthouse. You actually pay inside the fort before you can walk up to the top of it, but you can go inside the fort during the summer, walk around inside of it, and then walk to the top of it, and you got some great views of what they call Muscungus Bay here in Maine. You can also, the admission includes going into the whatever house this is, has a few artifacts and things in there. Also down by the restaurant, I forgot to point out that they have a museum down there, and the admission also includes that. So you do get to do quite a bit with the park fee, and you actually don't have to pay the park fee unless you go inside that fort. So if you don't want to pay that, then just avoid going into the fort. You can just walk around the outside like I'm doing right now and get plenty of good views here too. It is a pretty cool place when you do go inside. They tell you a lot of history. This fort was never actually used in any kind of battle, but it was built to protect the Americans from, I think, the Indians that they thought might invade them coming out of the bay. So, never used. It's been rebuilt a couple times, I think, or at least updated a few times. Some of the excavating that they have done. They've dug up a lot of artifacts out of these areas here that are on display down in the museum in the summertime. But lots of archaeological, whatever the hell I'm trying to say, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, lots of digs gone on, they've found lots of stuff in, so pretty cool things to look at. Okay guys, well, we're heading back in the direction of home now. Hopefully you all enjoyed that look at Pemaquid Point, Maine. We'll plan on bringing you back here in the summertime for 3 or 4 days. Show you a little bit more about the town, some good food places. Everything will be open then in the middle of July, so that'll be good times. Speaking of good times, I keep saying good times as much as I can. So yeah, speaking of good times, we're hoping to have a good time in Venice and in Rome here in a month. So hopefully you'll see us there in Italy. Coronavirus doesn't do us in first. And if not, then you will definitely be seeing us in Vegas instead. So we're looking forward to those vlogs here in about a month, guys. And look forward to sharing them with you. Once again, thank you to everybody that's got us to 375 subscribers as of this morning. I think we're actually at 177 right now, so even better. Appreciate all the support that you guys give us, and I look forward to seeing lots more subscribers here in the next couple of months. So that wraps it up for me today. Sorry that Simone wasn't here. Next time we'll bring her along too, obviously. So have a great day, guys, and I hope you appreciated me talking, and I sure do appreciate you listening. So we'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.